Embellishments. Embellishments can be considered a finishing process, but are different than the finishes we've talked about before. They typically involve applying an extra set of labor or items to the fabric, whereas the finishes talked about previously are simply the fabric undergoing a mechanical, heat, or chemical treatment. Beaded fabric. Beaded fabric refers to any fabric that has had beads stitched onto it for decorative effect. Beads can come in a wide range of different materials, including plastic, glass, metal, ceramic, wood, seashells, etc. Beads can be applied to fabric by hand or by machine. The image on the right shows the beading work from the House of Lesage. It is a company famous for their beautiful hand-beaded fabric and is often used in incredibly high-end and couture garments. Sequined fabric. Sequined fabric is very similar to beaded fabric, and sequins are often used alongside beads in the embellishment of fabric. Sequins can even be thought of as a type of bead. Sequins are flat objects that are usually round, but can be made out of other shapes as well. They have a very shiny, reflective surface. Sequins are usually made out of plastic, but sometimes other materials can be used as well. Sequins will always have a small hole in the middle or elsewhere on the sequin, so they can be sewn onto fabric. The right shows different examples of fabric that have been sequined. Embroidered fabric. Embroidered fabric features designs stitched onto the surface with embroidery thread. It is applied after the weaving process has been completed. Embroidery can be done or by computerized machines, where different patterns can be programmed in. Embroidery is sometimes made as standalone pieces of art. The finished embroidery is framed and displayed and is never meant to embellish a garment or item. The top shows embroidered fabric that can be cut and sewn and made into garments or items. The bottom is showing a home crafter embroidering a beautiful design onto some fabric. She is utilizing what is called an embroidery hoop, which is the wooden ring sewn here. The wooden ring pulls the fabric taut and allows for the embroidery to be applied easily. Smocking. Smocking or smocked fabric refers to a process by which fabric is systematically gathered and stitched. Smocking is a form of embroidery and is used to produce an attractive texture into a fabric. There are many different styles and methods of smocking that can be applied to fabric that produce a wide variety of different textured patterns. Oftentimes, different patterns and methods are used in one garment, as is seen in this dress. Different stripes of smocking techniques are created that produce these different layers of texture. As an added bonus, the technique of smocking allows for a non-stretchy woven fabric to become stretchy. This allows for form-fitting areas of a garment. If we take a look at this dress, it is made out of a cotton woven fabric. The cotton plain weave can easily be seen. This means that the fabric itself is not stretchy. The fabric will not stretch in the bottom area of the dress or on the very top or in the sleeves. However, the smocking process applied to this area of the dress will allow for that area to be stretchy and form-fitting. This is a common technique used to make summer dresses. The top area of the dress will be smocked with a beautiful pattern that will cling tightly around a person wearing it. The extra fullness is then released into the bottom of the dress, creating a full flared skirt. The art of smocking is quite old, and there are many methods. Today, elastic thread is commonly used to increase the stretchiness factor of the resulted smocked fabric. Quilting. Quilting refers to the process by which two layers of a fabric are stitched together with a layer of batting in the middle. Batting is a fluffy sheet of material without being woven or knit together. So it's simply just fluffy material, kind of just patted down into a thin sheet. Well, not so thin, fairly thick actually. Batting can come in cotton, wool, or synthetic varieties and are sold in different weights depending on how much padding is desired. The quilting process is done to improve the heat retention of the resulting material. You will also always see a stitched down pattern in the quilted fabric. Here, it is being used as a lining to give added insulation to this flannel jacket. This is an instance where fabric is being stitched as a whole with the batting in the middle. However, quilts are also famous as decorative blankets. That method of quilting uses different patches of fabric stitched down to create beautiful patterns. This type of quilting can be used to make art pieces like the one on the right, which is created by artist Bisa Butler. Pin tucks. Pin tucks are in the pleat family and are small ridges sewn into finished fabric, typically always on woven fabric, but sometimes also found in knits. They are made by folding over a narrow portion of the fabric and stitching it down. Pin tucks can be part of the garment construction process or can be seen as a fabric finish. Pin tucks can occur evenly throughout a fabric or placed in specific areas and patterns throughout the garment or fabric. Pin tucks are often featured in the bib section of a tuxedo shirt, but can be used in all types of garments.